Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I went to lunch around 12:02. It's about 10 minutes, so it's been about 10 minutes, so I got about 51 minutes to go. 61 if you add another 10 additional minutes because they give us about a 10-minute, they give us an additional 10 minutes to kind of, get back on the clock because, a lot of us like to go home for lunch. Me, unfortunately, I don't have that option anymore. But anyway, I thought I'd come on here, and what's funny is this morning on Twitter, as I was checking my Twitter feed this morning before I left for work, there was a petition that somebody put up at change.org. And this petition is near its goal of 5,000 signatures. Basically, the premise of this petition is to look at it, retweet it, link it to Facebook or other social places, and then add your signature to it. Electronically add your signature to it. And what is this petition for? Well, basically, the petition is to get the freedom fighters into the IDW Sonic books. And you probably ask yourself, well, didn't Ian Flynn kind of acknowledge, didn't the people behind the comic acknowledge that that the door is not shut on these characters and that these characters will show up in some, and these characters may show up in some form or fashion? Well, technically they didn't say they wouldn't. And like I just mentioned, the door is not shut on their appearance. But when I look at the fact that somebody decides to start a petition and and they're basically near the goal of getting the signatures they need to, I guess, either make another petition or at least send it to Sega, IDW, whoever, and let them know, hey, we want these characters, we want an answer. And I think honestly that's what this is. I think honestly all this petition is, even though it's a great idea, all it really is fans wanting a straight answer. They want an answer of yay or nay. Are we going to get these characters? If yay, win. If nay, then stop teasing. Then stop, not teasing, but stop trying to throw us a curveball. I think honestly that's what this is about. I honestly look at this petition and maybe others like it as fans basically saying we want an answer. Stop fiddling around and give us a straight answer as to what you're going to do, how you're going to do this, how, is it yay or nay on these characters? Because they want the truth. All they want is a straight answer. And, true, some people may say, well, they didn't necessarily say no. That's true. And they did acknowledge that in some shape, form, or fashion, they may make an appearance, but we just don't know when. They did acknowledge that next year could play a big role in that. Because when you take a look at this year, as I've talked about and others have talked about, this year is primarily being used as more of an introductory year, more of a settling back in to the flow of things kind of year when it comes to the Sonic books, now that they are, under the IDW license. That's mainly what this year is. It's mainly a year to settle back into the norm, and the best way to do that, I guess, is to focus on the game aspect of the Sonic franchise, get the fans of the game aspect involved, and at the same time slowly start getting the fans of the comic, if not the Sat AM aspect, involved as well, but slowly but surely by adding characters like Tangle and Rough and Ready and a few others. and that when the time is right, they will finally bring those characters of the freedom fighters back in. But right now, this is more of a let's slowly take our time, which is kind of comma when it's kind of a comma-like thing when it comes to Sonic, but still it's like let's slowly take our time introducing this new take on Sonic that's identical to the old one and go from there. Because honestly, whatever they have planned, whatever plans they may have to bring in the freedom fighters, they want to make sure things are in place for that moment to arrive. You know, just because the freedom fighters may not show themselves right now doesn't mean they're not going to. But again, going back to talking about this petition, that's what I think this petition is about, along with others very similar to it. They want an answer. They want Ian Flynn and anybody else that's involved with the book. They want an answer. They want yay or nay. They don't want to be screwed around with anymore. You know, it's one thing because, you know, it's one thing for them to have to sit back and deal with the fact that this cancellation with this partnership between Archie and Sega has come to an end without any clarification, you know, of what's going to happen next, you know, with the stories and stuff and the characters. So you can't really blame fans for feeling the way they do and wanting basically a straight answer by having petitions like this started or created to get that answer. But again, I think in all honesty, and this is an honest opinion, in all honesty, I believe the characters are going to be in the comic. They just want, right now, whether we like it or we don't like, whether we agree with it or we don't agree with it, and whether we like it or we don't like it, what I was trying to say, the path, right now they're taking a path, right now the path they're taking is to slowly reintroduce us to the comic book world of Sonic through the IDW perspective and kind of settle not just newer fans, but probably sooner than later, the more longer traditional fans help settle us into place with this new run, and possibly with some of these new perspective with actors from the established characters as well as these new characters, and then possibly bring in the freedom fighters when the time is right. And I honestly, they, like I said, they never said no. They haven't said no. So that's a good sign. And if they're basically hinting that 2019 may be the targeted year that we may see the characters in this comic, then hey, I'm all for it. But honestly, when I look at petitions, you know, when I look at petitions asking or saying, hey, we want the freedom fighters in in the comic, sorry there. But when I see petitions saying that the goal is to make that decision of getting the freedom fighters in the comic a reality, I don't blame the fans that do that. But I look at it this way: it's more along the lines of again, I don't blame the fans for doing that, but the way I really look at it is the fact that it's more along the lines, their way of saying, hey, we want a freaking straight answer. Please give us that answer of yay or nay, and if it's a yay, when and where. That's all they really want. So, but basically, yeah. This petition, I'll provide a link to it in the description. That all it needs is 5,000. It's very close to it to hopefully accomplish part of its goal to at least get an answer whether or not we're going to get the freedom fighters in there or not. So let me know what you guys think about it down below. Comment if you like. And I am out. God bless. Take care.